So with me, I'm just gonna let you know I'm not trying to make this about where you're particularly involved with or who you're involved with. If you found yourself a community in a white home, I'll actually say good job to you. If you found yourself a white family as a black man, and they genuinely do care for you, I would actually say good job. I'd wish you all the best. You know, you see, my problem actually doesn't come from that. That's not the issue. I think my problem comes from the submission issue that black people exhibit towards white culture. Like that, for some reason, should something be said out of the blue, or should somebody be ashamed of the black experience, there's a particular idea that they should just be accepting, right? That they should just pray for a white savior to just drop and hopefully resolve the situation. Spoiler alert, no white person's coming to save you. You'll even find that many black people who are involved with white communities, they're there because of their black-centric beliefs. They're not there because the white man just decided to miraculously save them, okay? There needs to be a realistic approach, okay, as to how your life is. You can't keep thinking that you're something that you're not, okay? Like I just don't care. I think I said it. If the mixed race child born to a white mother, if they even know that their experience is closer and biologically probably more integral to that of a black person, then why does the black person not know that they are a black person? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. That's a damaging level of trauma that I think black people need to work on. And there is no way you could ever bring or introduce a white doctor to solve a black problem, okay? You can't do that, because white people don't even think you're humans, okay? So you know how they're gonna treat you. They're not going to treat you like they treat a white patient. They're going to treat you exactly what the systematic evidence that they claim to effort has suggested, being that black people are violent, being that black people are uneducated, being that black people should not be caught idle outside of the stereotypical image that they've created for them. And should a black person be seen acting otherwise, there is a red flag labeled. And sadly, this is just the price you have to pay, and I mean it. Like, if you go to jail for standing up for your mother or standing up for your children, when the white crackers this summer alone took the life of a 1-year-old baby because the mother was trying to buy diapers, okay? If you go to jail for standing up for your children, for as long as you didn't take anybody's life like the racist cracker, I guarantee you're doing a good cause contrary to what the system has said. This is what they've been doing to black people for years, but the only difference is they've done such a good job at trying to hide it, alright? It takes genuine black people to bring this to surface and attention, that these levels of racism and oppression are very prevalent. And the real issue is when you deny that it exists because you've been taught to justify the efforts of white people, that you've been taught that everything that a black person could ever do is wrong, and that everything the white people can do is good. You see, white people, I'm gonna tell you right now, that they are extremely advanced. All right, they would never do what black people do. Okay, the white man would never in a million years permit a black person to run a white economy. Okay. I probably could only think of one black person who has done so, perhaps Obama, right, which is an exception. That's one Harvard scholar out of how many black people do we know can even open up an initiative for a business, right? Okay, so if you could just learn from people like him, right, and just understand that, listen. When Obama was president, he went into the White House with a black woman. he had black children, he had black jokes, and he had the black community backing him up, okay? The black community was at the prime at that point, all right? So I can assure you, rest assured, with all the controversy he gets politically, if he ever thought he was white, they would have taken him out by now. The only reason they didn't take him out is because the black community was backing him up. He had several people in the black community, all right, who grounded him for actually breaking black people away from that stereotype and showing black people that we can attend top Ivy League schools like Harvard and that we could run for presidential positions. Too bad black people didn't learn from that example and decided to resume back to the white-minded thinking that has been taking our people out for years, okay? So do me a favor. Before you end up deploying hatred and bitterness, all right, towards a brother, understand what you're doing. Understand what your own problem is before you go around attacking people like him, all right? Like, or before you just go around attacking other black people. Why don't you actually go home and say, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is my reasoning for attacking a group of people or a person of color who I know who has been oppressed for years? All right, why am I attacking a person who is part of the most oppressed group of all time? Why am I disrespecting dead people who were forced against their life to work for the American system? Like, I'm just serious. Do you not think like this? Perhaps a lot of people don't know how to use their common sense, and you know, I'm not in a position to teach. Right, I guess my mistake was thinking that black people actually had the guidance, right? Because, like, listen, we've had black leaders, man. It's just a shame that black people don't support black kind. The black man would rather spend money at a white club, right, and try and get a white woman before he ever resorts to helping out his own community, okay? And like I told you, I don't particularly have a problem with black people who seek you know, that level of living, right? I told you, you're a successful black man and you got yourself into that position. Hey, good for you, honestly. But the situation is like, are you still are you keeping your identity, or are you sacrificing the remaining blackness that you have? And I'm gonna break it to you one more time. If you think you're not doing the black community damage because you have somehow delusionally tricked your mind into thinking that you are white, I hate to break the truth to you. You are you are night. You are literally black as night. Okay, all right. And I wish on the day that you come to that realization, because if you don't do it, you're gonna create for yourself a problem where perhaps you are going to feel and see the reality of the black experience, just in case you haven't been aware of it already. And it's going to bring some damage. Okay, it's going to bring considerable concern. All right, and it is up to you how much you are willing to keep that going. Personally, I don't enjoy seeing it, so it really is a bit too much. But your life is completely in your hands. So at the end of the day, just focus on yourself. Like, I don't know what to tell you, because this is a genuine situation, and if you cannot acknowledge like what's going on, I don't know what to say. I'm actually lost, probably more confused as to how this became a problem for black people. Why is this a problem for black people, but white people don't have a problem with this, right? Like, you really, seriously, do you really think when white people go home that they're letting their children listen to black music, all right, and letting their children watch black TV shows. No, they're in tune with their people. It's only black people who resume to the whitewash programming. Okay, you even have indigenous people who are native to this land and have as less populous as they are to black people, are still capable of keeping their culture and their heritage. If you ask a black man what his culture is, I don't even think he would know what his culture is. Everything he's ever been taught about culture has been defined by the white man. Rap music is owned by the white people, okay? The acting industry, that's owned by the white people, okay? Alright? So please do me a favor and just understand, like, nothing that is black, nothing that you think is black has been defined by a black man. Like, the only people who would ever let that happen are black people. Why? Like, how? Why? Like, seriously? I don't get that, man. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. How? What do you mean you don't know what it means to be black? Like, did your life not? What went wrong? I thought those white kids already taught you in school when they sprayed N-word all over your face. All right. Don't tell me you've been a black person and you've never experienced racism from a white person, okay? Don't tell me that. That is a blatant lie, okay? Don't be that tricky. Don't trick your mind that much. I'm very well aware, okay? There is not a single person alive who can convince themselves that they have not undergone oppression from white people. It is only those brainwashed sheep who for some reason will convince themselves that there is a case of evidence to suggest otherwise. So do yourself a solid favor, wake yourself up to the truth. All right, as scary as it's gonna be, you're gonna have to face it one day. You're either gonna face it from a brother who is just gonna tell you straight up, or you're gonna face it from a cracker who will incarcerate you against your own will for something you didn't do, right? Who legalizes something like recreational substance, but will put you in jail for taking it, okay? Who legalizes firearms but puts you in jail for possessing one, all right? You're either gonna learn the truth from me, or you're gonna learn the truth from somebody else. And I guarantee you, by the time those white people are done with you, you're not gonna want to learn the truth from them, because they, not for a split second, have ever considered a black person. Okay, I can tell you till this day, I'm unaware. All right, as much as I can acknowledge, you know, that there have been some, you know, some white people have genuinely done their absolute best to try and more or less demoralize that ideology. Okay, they some people do try. I respect that, but you cannot tell me that the problem can still persist if the remaining white masses as a collective have already decided that they want to think this way, okay? And that's the reality, right? Like, you're fooled by a smile. Your neighbor smiles to you and you think that's a recognition of acceptance. No, that is a friendly reminder for you to know your place. He's like, hey, don't forget about me. Like, is it that hard to decode? You think because somebody smiles in your face that, like, everything is all of a sudden going to be, like, accepted? Oh no, like, we've got a long way to go, people. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm really sorry to break to you the truth. Okay, I usually like to be realistic and just give you the facts. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, okay, you are not going to have a white integral experience. And like I told you, even the black child who comes from a white mother and inherits white DNA could tell you that, okay? And you will not find anybody who will accommodate for your specific niche of being a black person because we as black people have not even established the definition of being black. We've let another race define the idea of being black. We conform to the stereotypes. You're afraid to go to jail for standing up for your woman who gets abused. You're afraid to go to jail to stand up for your children who, when they conform to white independence, like American Independence Day, are found like Nolan Wells and are drowned to the bottom of the sea, and for some reason you fear that to be your fate. Spoiler alert, they've already done that to you in their heads. They've already done that to you prehistorically. So what makes you think that by you trying to beg him, as many of us have tried to do, that anything's going to change other than him kindly just letting you know where you stand?